Preterite vs Imperfect by Carmen Fallon. The preterite is one of the two forms of past tense verbs used in Spanish. One use of the preterite is to speak about the past. For example, ayer yo caminé en el parque. Caminé is a preterite form of the verb caminar. You use the preterite form because of the word ayer, which tells you that the action takes place in the past. Another use of the preterite is to tell about past actions that have happened and are complete. For example, yo leí un libro el lunes pasado. Leí is a preterite form of the verb leer. We use the preterite form because of the phrase el lunes pasado, which tells you that the action happened in the past and is complete. Another use of the preterite is to give a sequence of actions that happened in the past. For example, ayer yo fui al restaurante, comí pizza y bebí agua. You use fui, the preterite form of the verb ir, comí, the preterite form of the verb comer, and bebí, the preterite form of the verb beber, because the actions all happened in a sequence in the past. The imperfect is the second form of past tense verbs used in Spanish. One use of the imperfect is to talk about habitual actions that happened in the past. For example, todos los viernes mi familia y yo comíamos en un restaurante. Comíamos is an imperfect form of the verb comer. You use the imperfect because of the phrase todos los viernes, which tells you that the action happened habitually in the past. Another use of the imperfect is to give background details such as time, location, weather, mood, age, and physical and mental descriptions. For example, hacía frío en las montañas. You use the verb hacía, the imperfect form of the verb hacer, because you are giving a description of the weather in a place. Another use of the imperfect is to talk about when two or more actions are taking place simultaneously in the past. For example, el profesor hablaba con un estudiante mientras el estudiante comía pizza. You use hablaba, the imperfect form of the verb hablar, and comía, the imperfect form of the verb comer, because the two actions are taking place simultaneously in the past. Although the preterite and imperfect have their separate uses, they are sometimes used together. One case of this is when an action, written in the preterite form, interrupts another that is taking place, which is written in the imperfect form. For example, nosotros corríamos en el parque cuando el hombre gritó. Corríamos is an imperfect form of the verb correr, and grito is a preterite form of the verb gritar. Grito is written in the preterite because it is interrupting the action that was taking place, which was corríamos, which is written in the imperfect.